Hi, I'm Mr. Sam, the allotment man, and this is my allotment. So everybody, it's November and it's cold, but it's quite sunny. Today I've just come down to pick some leeks and have a look to see how our winter crops are going. If you have tuned in before, you'll probably know that things aren't going too well at the moment. There's lots of weeds around and I really have to get involved and sort of do some weeding really. So this week, hopefully I'm going to get down and clear most of the plot and then maybe get on preparing for next year. So let's go and dig up some leeks. So here we are with our leeks. I'm quite proud of them, they've done very well. And I've grown them all from seed, as probably most of you have done. But really it's been quite rewarding. I was going to make some leek and potato soup, but can't be bothered really. So I've got someone else to do it for me. So I'm going to pick some of these. Some of them have already gone, as you see. They've been in quiches and given away to some friends. So we're going to pull them up and see what we've got. Here we go. Right, so here we go everybody. We're going to harvest a leek. I'm going to choose this one here. It looks like a bit of a brute. Here we go. So basic technique for harvesting. Pick off snail, pull. There you go. Lots of grurring and roaring there. There we go. It's a leek. There we go. Now what we've got is a knife somewhere. Where's the knife? There we are. And I'm going to cut the roots off. Look at this, it's very organic this, isn't it? Ooh, very exciting. Right, so there's the roots off. All right. I'm going to get rid of some of the leaves. I mean, I wasn't sure if you're supposed to bend these over, but to be honest, I've been a bit preoccupied at home. So I haven't been down here very often, but look at that. There's a little bit of rubbish on there, so I'm not sure if you're supposed to do this, but I just peel it back so then it looks like what you got at the supermarket basically. There you go, a leek. Oh, thank you. So I'm going to get some more up so we can get some leek and potato soup. So let's get some harvesting done. Right, here we go. Let's harvest a few more. So there we have it, everything harvested. Now, I don't know about you, but I could throw all this onto a compost heap, but frankly, today I haven't got any time. So I'm just going to leave it on the floor. It's what nature intended, I suppose. It'll just rot back in. We'll see how it goes. Right, let's go and have a quick look at the cabbages and the Brussels sprouts. Now here we are, we've got our Brussels sprouts. I've still got my nets on. No butterflies around, but to be honest, I just couldn't be bothered to take them off. So, how are they doing? They're doing all right, actually. We've got Brussels sprouts. Very exciting. Now, I'm not sure if I should pick them now or not. I'm supposed to wait for a frost, I think. But I think I should get that slug off there. There you go. So there we are, Brussels sprouts, Brussels sprouts, Brussels sprouts. All looking good. I think I'm the only one who really eats Brussels sprouts, but I'm really looking forward to my own. So, let's have a look at the cabbages. So here we go, here are the cabbages, everybody. The brassicas that were boring are now quite interesting. I think you'll find they're all grown and they're doing really well. So we're going to harvest this one here, and it's got a slug on it, which is nice. So lots of grunting and groaning. There we go. Cabbage. We'll eat that later on. We'll give it away. Let's get a couple out and so we can give them to people. So, ladies and gentlemen, Cabbages. Yay! So, once you've got your cabbage out the ground, what do you do with it? You get a knife and you cut it up. That's what you do with it. Here we go. Cut, 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 cut. Look at that. Oh, yeah, a little bit tougher than I imagined. You know, we forget the knife. We go on to the saw. That's better. Ah, yeah, that's going through now. There we go. That's like a saw through cabbage. That is. That's doing good stuff. There we go. That's that. Don't remember to compost. There we are. More compost in. There you go. There's a slug. Get quite a lot of slugs, don't we, guys? Never mind, but they don't seem to have really affected it all. That's that. Get that slug out of there. Oh, there's a snail. Right, snails and slugs, goodbye. There we are. I think that's pretty all right. There you are, cabbage, ready to go. I don't know how much they are in the shops, but today it was free. Right, here we are in the greenhouse. Things are going a bit wild in here. All the tomato plants have done very well. I just haven't been here all the time to pick the tomatoes, which is a bit of a shame. So next year I'm going to only have 1 or 2 tomato plants. I know that sounds a bit like rubbish, but it's what I can handle, I think. So a couple in here, and maybe I might even grow some flowers. Keep it down. I don't want anyone to know. Okay, I might do some flowers. The pepper plants went really well. Look, still got a pepper. There you go. Look, got some peppers still there. Although the plants are looking a bit rubbish. So what we're going to do, we're just going to clear all this out, wash it down, get it ready for the winter, and get it ready for next year. So the greenhouse, I think, has gone really well this year. I hope you agree. The watering system's done well. The plants have done well. It's done well. Let's just go and have a look quickly around the allotment, and then we'll have some final words. Right then, so what happened this year on the allotment? Well, over here we grew some sweet corn. It done okay, it done all right. We gave a lot of it away because we don't eat a lot of sweet corn, but hey, it just looks good and it was a bit of fun. So there's our sweet corn, done all right. Over here we didn't do a lot. We did clear it, but we didn't do a lot with it. But we did grow a pumpkin, which was very successful, and we carved it and we used it, and hey, it was free and it was good fun. We like doing that. So pumpkin, good success. Sweet corn, good success. Down here we've done green manure, tried it out. Bit rubbish, to be honest. Wasn't really impressed with it. Bit of a waste of time, in my opinion, because we haven't got a lot of land here. So won't be doing that again next year. So that'll get dug over and we'll put something else in it. Maybe the potatoes will go there because that'll clear the ground over here. So moving down here, in the beginning we'd done some berry bushes and things like that. Weren't very successful. I did move most of them, probably killed them. There's still a bush over there, not quite sure what it is. But fruit, all right, not great. Leeks, brilliant. Like the leeks, very good. More sweet corn down here. If you remember, we moved sweet corn, we separated it because we weren't sure if there were 2 different varieties. And if you've got 2 different varieties, they don't really work. So we split them up and both did okay, very nice. Brassicas, cabbages, very good. I don't know if you remember, I thought I was planting cauliflowers. I brought my cauliflowers from B&Q. The cauliflowers turned out to be cabbages. So make sure you know what you're buying because the labels obviously had been swapped. I didn't know. So cabbages, good, still went well. Brussels sprouts, as we can see, are still growing and still doing well, and we're loving them. So there we are, but we've got to wait for a frost to make sure that they're good to eat. Apparently, you've got to wait for a frost. So there we are. Potatoes, earlies over here. Earlies, great, brilliant. Couldn't fault the earlies. The main crop, bit of a disaster really. They all grew and they were all right, as long as you like mashed potatoes. I might be doing something wrong, but every time I boiled my potatoes, for the average 20 minutes, they fell to bits. So I took it back to 10 minutes, fell to bits. Did it for 5, fell to bits. Whatever happened, they fell to bits. So I don't know if that happened to you, but my potatoes for the main crop, although they grew, weren't great. So maybe a lesson for us all. don't buy from B&M bargains or home bargains for your potatoes. I'm going to go for some decent ones next year, and I'm not going to plant so many because I had far too many. Okay, we've only got a small family. Moving on, onions, great success. We love the onions. They were very good. We picked them. They've all been platted up and they're hanging up in my shed at home, and they're brilliant. We love the onions. What else have we got here? The garlic. Remember, we found the garlic. The garlic didn't like it. It didn't like being moved, and it didn't like to grow. So there we are. We've got more mare's tail and weeds down here now than we have garlic, but never mind. You know, it's free. It was an experiment. Courgettes. Brilliant. Hang on, look at this. Oh. There's a courgette. Unfortunately, it's been munched, so we'll have to compost it. There we are. So there we are. Oh, there's another courgette. I learned that 4 courgette plants is a little bit too much. So next year, maybe only 1 or 2. There we go. Moving on, apple trees. They've done really well. They've taken, I think. They don't look unhealthy at all, so that's really good. Remember, we took the blossom off so it wouldn't give any fruit this year. So next year, hopefully, we'll get a few more apples than just the 1 or 2. We've got our berries, currant bushes and stuff. They've died back now, but they gave us a little bit of a crop, if you remember, and were quite tasty. And I'm not sure if we haven't really mentioned this. I threw some rhubarb in right at the beginning, and it's actually starting to grow quite well now. So rhubarb's doing good. Flowers, nah. This is all going to get mulched over, I think. Stick some stuff in there. So there we go. Cucumbers, outside cucumbers, didn't really happen, but you know, we're not too bothered. We've seen the greenhouse. The shed, it's still standing. Wood pile over there. Wood pile, great wood pile. Still a pile of wood. We will do something with it later. Runner beans, they done very well. Obviously, I have left them and they've gone a bit rubbish. Now, let's have a look inside here. We have got, oh, runner bean seeds. So, look at that, everybody. Just going to pick them out. I know this is probably not a great thing. There's runner bean seeds. I'm going to take them out. I'm going to come down tomorrow and take them all out, and so I'm going to plant them next time. And we had flowers. Still can't remember what they are, but they grew as well. So all in all, it's been a pretty good first year. I just got to do some work now to get it back into shape for next year. But final words. It's been good, but it's been hard work. I'm going to cut the ground of work down a little bit next year, so I'm not going to be over-phased by it all. But my first year of allotmenteering, I'm quite happy with it. And I hope you'll join me as we go through the winter and go into next year to see how we do. So there we are. I've been Mr. Sam the Allotment Man, and I hope you've enjoyed my little tour of what happened this year. So remember, happy growing.